Hi, hello. We're getting the authentic vlog experience right here where I have not really prepped at all what I'm finna say. I've had in my mind for a while that I would start doing some sort of vlog where I talk more about I don't know, just random stuff in my life, the thoughts that I have, random ministry type stuff. I'm the type of person where I'll just randomly get a sermon in my head and I'll just be walking around my room preaching. So maybe I'll do a little bit of that on here. I don't know. But I also kind of want to document just where I'm at in life at the moment. If you haven't been watching the podcast, I have talked a couple times about how I'm in this weird place where I'm just figuring out where I'm supposed to be, what I'm supposed to do, what I'm called to, things like that. I guess the best way I would put it, I literally just thought of this analogy earlier, is I feel like my confidence in ministry muscle has been torn. Because you think about a guy who's lifting weights, right? Some dude who's just freaking ripped. You look at that guy and you're like, dude, that guy lifts weights. But if one day that guy tears a pec, right? He's out. He's out for a while. And not only is he out for a while and he needs to do recovery, he needs physical therapy, he needs to kind of get back in shape and let it heal and things like that. But man, even once he's healed, even once the doctor's all right, cool, you're ready to go, you'd be crazy to day one be all right, doctor said I'm ready, put 350 back on the bar, let's run it. You're not gonna do that. You're gonna go into your next little weightlifting session and be oh gosh, is this enough? Is this too much? Please don't tear my pec again. You're gonna be kind of nervous. And so when I say that, I feel my confidence in ministry muscle has kind of been torn. That's kind of how it feels. I feel I'm in a place where I just sort of need some grounded teaching, some fellowship, some time to relax, some time with God to be alone and just pray and figure things out. And then even once I get there and once I feel I'm healed and I'm back in it and I'm ready and I'm faithed up, I'm chilling, I feel there's going to be a period where all of a sudden I'm ooh, but what if I get hurt again, you know? And so I'm in this phase of life where I'm just literally trying to figure out where am I supposed to go, God? What's up? What's the vibe? Because I'll go. Tell me to run, I'll run. Here I am, send me, right? I've got all these different gifts, all these different options. I've worked in so many different types of ministry. I feel I could literally go anywhere, and I just need a place to direct that energy. And at the same time, I need a confidence boost, to be honest. Being honest with myself and the vlog here, I need more confidence. I need to figure that out for myself and take away some anxieties and things before I get back into it, I think. And so in the process of documenting that and making this vlog, I'll say first, this actually isn't technically the first footage I've filmed for this vlog. I was on my way to church the other day, and there was going to be an event, and I talked about it a little bit. I'll play that clip now. All right, this will technically be the first footage I've filmed for any sort of vlog that I may or may not do on the channel. I am currently on the way to church. I go to church with Cody, my co-host for the Truthful Ministry podcast. I am notoriously always late because the church is a while away from where I live. Normally though, I'm 5-10 minutes late. Today I'm gonna be 25, 30. And you may be asking yourself, at that point, why even go? Brother, I was in the bathroom, I was going number 2, and I was looking at the clock, and I was just at this point, do I just take all my clothes off? Do I go back to bed? Is it worth it? I'm gonna be 25, 30 minutes late, consequences of my own actions. Slept in, had a little headache, but it's that's not an excuse. I'm just dragging my feet. So I was making every excuse in my mind to be you know what, I just won't go today. And I was that's what the enemy wants me to think. The enemy wants me to think you already missed the first 20 minutes, you already missed the first 25 minutes, just go back to bed. But at the end of the day, it's I'm trying to be in the Lord's house, man. I'm trying to be with God's people. I'm trying to go see Cody and then hang out with him and his wife afterwards because his wife always makes banger food at the house. This is still a good day. And you know that means got to make some sacrifices. That means I couldn't have a good breakfast this morning. I had to bring yogurt. I got on-the-go yogurt. It's not in tube form. It's not Go-Gurt, but it is on-the-go yogurt. So I'm making do. I'm 100% about to walk into this church, do the meme where I'm walking in quietly and I see somebody that I know and I give them a quick peace sign as I go to sit down. There's probably going to be at least 24 people in the church that actively turn around and look at me because they see somebody walking in 25 minutes late. But I'm just there for him. I'm not there for anybody else. I'm there for my God. So we're going to power through. There's also going to be another reason is today's a big day. They're going to do a youth thing afterwards, and Cody asked me to help out. I might try and take some pictures. I don't know what that's going to look like at all, but I know they're cooking. I know they're supposed to be making food for the whole church, and I love hanging out with Cody and his youth. So he's got a bunch of great students, man, and it's going to be a good time. So I also even if I missed the service, I was still going to show up later for all that. So it's like, why not just go? Why not just go to the church, you know? It went really well, though. It was really sick. It felt good to volunteer for a youth ministry. It felt good to serve again. The last time I did anything ministry-wise would have been with Cody's church. I spoke at their fall retreat, and if you've listened to the podcast, you've heard us talk about those sermons. And so it's been really good and healthy for me to just keep going to church with Cody and to help out with his youth group. He's got an amazing youth group, man. They're so cool. If you've ever done a youth event or if you've ever worked with youth, you know that it can be a little hectic, and so I didn't get any footage of the actual event. But it was a good spaghetti dinner, man. I'd say one downside was I think I definitely caught a cold from one of the students. You know who you are. But one of the reasons why I took pictures and stuff at the event was I actually used this camera. Cody asked me to take pictures of their son's first birthday party. And I've been really nervous to take pictures as well, because I feel like the moment someone pays you to take pictures, it's like, your pictures better be good. You know, like I can have fun with my camera and take pictures of my friends and really geek out over editing and feel like I'm a really good photographer. But the moment people start paying me, it's like, this is a job now. You better deliver. And so it was really cool for my friends to pay me to do this because they're people that I trust. They trust me. And it felt a lot more casual. I didn't feel the pressure. But we were having it at their church. The first birthday party was at their church. And so I got to test out, like, you know, the settings on my camera, figure out the lighting. And I think that the first birthday went really well as well. I have way too many pictures to edit, though. That's the one tough part is, like, I literally took over 1,000 pictures. And I shoot in RAW and JPEG, so that was 2,000 something files. I lowered that down to about 200. So I'm going to have about 200 pictures to send them. But that also means that I have about 200 pictures to edit. And kind of on that same vibe where the vlog's going next is our good friend Derek and I are going to have like a little bro date session where we just go around town and take pictures and kind of experiment with our cameras and things like that. He's also kind of in the same boat I am, I think, where we're both kind of nervous about like getting out there and being more creative and just being willing to take pictures of random stuff out in public. Maybe even like asking people if we can take their portraits just for practice. And who knows, maybe like a little gospel conversation on the side, take somebody's picture, share the gospel, I don't know. And then, you know, because we're nerds still, Derek and I are going to go back to my alma mater. He actually works there. We have the ability to go to one of the conference rooms, and it has a massive TV, and we're going to watch a couple seasons of My Hero Academia. I'm all caught up, but I'm down to rewatch it again because it's so good. It's so good. So I'm going to watch it with Derek and see him react to it for the first time. That's going to be super fun. So I'm definitely going to vlog some of that and put that in here. That'll be another banger thing for me to document. Okay, so here we are attempting the vlog. We have these wireless Lavelle mics.
Yes, and we're going to get run over.
We're also about to get run over.
But that's okay.
This is kind of how these work. I was very excited. Yeah. We don't really have a plan for what we're going to be taking pictures of. We're just going to kind of walk and vibe. I know I want to take more like, I don't know, downtown-y, almost like alleyway type deal.
Yeah.
Sneakily inspired, I guess. That'd be ideal. That's what I'm thinking.
Sure.
And then we're going to go watch My Hero Academia.
Yeah, that's chill.
That's what we're really hoping for. On a scale of 1 to 10, how cold are you right now?
My hands and my face.
Yeah, they're so red. They're so red. It's mad cold.
But besides that, I'm doing great.
We have adjusted. It was too cold.
Yeah.
So we're in the car, pumping the heat, taking a break. But I feel like it's already like dope. Like I wish it was warmer and I could do this all day.
Yeah, that's true. And that the sun would more consistently stay out. Kind of.
It peaked right as we got here, and it like literally felt warm.
Yeah.
And that's that got sense. This is dope. I sniped a picture of a lady with her dog.
It makes it all worth it.
Yeah, it makes it all worth it. I got some sick shots of you, low key, when you were taking pictures of like the river. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll see how good those turned out real quick.
Yeah.
I think my mic's still on. Yeah, it is. You get it?
Yeah.
It's so interesting. There's like low key take like a shot of this low key, but
true.
My goal was to get to here and like peep this angle.
So weird.
Okay, this low key bangs. Okay, hear me out. What I want to do is I want to sit on the hood of my car and pretend like I'm taking pictures.
Uh-huh.
And if you frame it, like, here, I'll just take one. This isn't going to come through well, but to where I'm on the bottom left here, I'll just show you. You can stop filming. Okay, we finished our picture-taking adventure. We have donuts to eat after we get real food, and then we're going to go watch My Hero. I've discovered I like doors.
Yeah, we love doors, apparently.
We love doors. Door photography. I'll put some door pictures up right here. Doors bang. I think that was our greatest discovery. We want to come back when there's more people. It's very cold outside, so.
There are multiple moments where a person passed by or a vehicle that was like eye-catching, but we just didn't have the camera out.
There was like a taco truck that I almost got in the shot because I took this picture of this hand. I saw that and was like, oh, I need to take this picture. And like as I was going to get my camera ready, this taco truck flew by, dude. If I had just snapped the photo like 0.7 seconds earlier, it would have banged.
Perfect photo.
But I did get this picture of this person on the bike, and I think that one slaps. All right, it's food time.
All right.
And there's a chance you're not seeing me say any of this right now. There's a chance that I cut this part out. But another thing I've been really thinking of is I have a grandmother on my mom's side who I like never talk to. Like I have a small family. If you've heard me talk about it on the podcast at all before, like it's really just kind of me, my mom, my dad, and my sister, and that's kind of it. Compared to some people that I hear talk about, you know, man, they got 4 Christmases to go to and 5 Thanksgivings, and their house is full, and they got all these cousins, and that's not me. So I hardly ever talk to my grandmother on my mom's side, but I know she's a Christian. She's a different branch than me. That's all I'll say. Like she's a different branch, but I know that she would like profess her faith in Christ, in Jesus of Nazareth as the Messiah, you know, all that. But we've never had like a faith conversation. And I feel like, you know, part of that's because again, I just don't talk to her, but I don't know. It's kind of been on my mind lately that maybe I should go like visit her and just chat it up about like whatever she believes. And part of that, to be fully honest, is just that I know that I'm kind of the Jesus kid of the family. And I think that because she also kind of professes faith, that one day when inevitably she leaves this earth, I think a lot of people are probably going to ask me to like say something or to do something or to, I don't know how that'll go. I just know that I've spoken to people with similar situations to mine. People who are the Jesus kid of the family, and they typically get asked to do stuff like that. Like I've done 2 weddings already, and I'm about to do a 3rd, and it's because I'm like the Jesus friend. I'm the ministry friend, you know. So hey, will you do our wedding? You're like our ministry friend, and that's, to be clear, I love that. I love doing weddings. I love my friends. I'd always do it for them. But that's how it goes, and so I want to be able to have things to say if I do speak at a funeral, right? I don't want to have to get up there and be like, all right, so my grandmother, she was a woman. She had hair. She had a nose. She was alive, and now she's not. Like, that'd just be weird, right? I want to be able to actually have things to say and, like, also clear my conscience of any sort of, you know, like, what if? What if? Like, do I really know that she's saved? Do I really know that, like, I couldn't have, like, maybe I could have said something to her? I don't know. I want to have a clear conscience to be able to say, like, hey, I talked to her. I knew what she believed. She was chilling. She's saved. We're good. I feel like it'd be kind of weird of me to get up there and say something like, well, she's in a better place. And at the end of the day, like, I don't know that. I think that's odd. I think it'd be odd for anyone to speak at a funeral and say those words when they don't know. Which I guess you could get all theological and say none of us really know or something like that, but whatever. You get what I mean. I am at the place, about to go for it. Brought the old beat up Bible. Here we go, bruh. So this is future editing me here. I realized I never gave any sort of clear follow-up to that conversation that I had with my grandmother. And I'll say it went well. It went as well as it could have, really. Basically, I was just going in there to make sure that she had a genuine faith in Christ, and she did. At one point, she literally said something like, it's not church that saves you. She said something about church being a map. Like, church is a map that helps you get to where you need to go. And I was like, I bet. But she said it's faith. It is your faith, someone's own faith that gets you there. It's not the church that's going to drag you to heaven. It's like your faith. And I was like, I bet. She did bring up a bunch of random specific things that we very much so disagree about. And I just kind of like let them go. I nodded, smiled, and I just made sure to take the tiny bits of things that we did agree on and kind of talk more about those. And we just cut up, and I feel like I'm content now. One thing, too, that I've been thinking of, and I'll kind of say on here, I don't know where I'll put this in the video, but I think I'm going to finally commit and probably become a member of the church that I go to with Cody. The reason I've been hesitant is just because I've been thinking, like, well, what if I become a member and then a month later, like, God calls me to go do something crazy and then I have to, like, leave the church? I'd feel bad. I'm a pretty all-in or all-out person, and so if I'm going to be a member of the church, like, I want to be, like, the guy. I'm going to be super pro this church. Like, I want to help out. I want to be involved. And so it would just feel weird to be like, yeah, I'm all in. I'm a member. Okay, next week I'm leaving, but I think in the season I'm in, this is just where I need to be. And I texted Cody about it, and he put it a great way. He basically said, like, you should be going all in wherever God has you. And I was like, boom, that's it. It's a kind of a shorter, succinct way of saying what me and Derek talked about the other day. I was talking to Derek about finding a church, and sometimes it can feel like there's this pressure as a young adult to, like, you need to go and find a church, and it needs to be perfect. You need to find the church that you're going to, like, grow up and die at, you know? And I don't know, it feels like a lot. And I think at the end of the day, what it should be is, man, find the church that you should be at for this season. And that should just be it. Like, I think the church that I'm going to now with Cody is the church that I need to be at for this season. I don't know when this season of my life is going to change, but it's probably going to change. I probably won't be here forever. But right now, what I need is just grounded teaching, a grounded church. I think I need less pressure, less weight. Because again, if you think about like that analogy of like the muscle tear, I don't need to go somewhere that's going to start making me feel like I have more pressure or more weight. So this church that I go to with Cody is a bit of a ways out. And I think that's good for me because anywhere I go kind of here in town, somebody's probably going to know of me or have heard of me. And that's not to say anything about like me, like I'm the GOAT, but I've just worked, I live in a relatively small town and I've worked in so many churches or volunteered at so many churches or partnered with so many churches or talked to somebody who knows somebody. I've been in the church world here for so long that it's hard not to go somewhere. And whether it's me doing it to myself or not, it's hard to not feel like an expectation of like, oh, that's the ministry guy, of like, oh, that's the ministry guy. He's the Jesus kid. He knows his Bible. He'd be able to help. Oh, we should ask him to volunteer. We should ask him to do this. He's the guy. He would know the answers. He's a Jesus kid. Like I don't really need that pressure. I don't need that weight. Again, if I like tore a muscle, I don't need to be flexing that muscle at all right now while it heals. And so just need somewhere grounded, need somewhere where I can learn, sit back, have time with God, but still have amazing fellowship like I do with Cody and Courtney, who are just two amazing Christians that are, around my age. We get along. Cody builds me up, man. He's awesome. That's what I need right now. That's what I need in this season. And so for the foreseeable future, as long as I'm in this season, this is the church that I'm going to be going to. And I don't think I need to focus on like the future or where I'm going to go next right now, because this is just where God has me in the moment. And so I'm going on in the moment. It's literally the Matthew verse, Matthew 6, where he says like, don't worry about tomorrow. Tomorrow will worry about itself. Just focus on his kingdom and his righteousness. The rest will come. And so I think I've decided that I think I will probably become a member of this church. Just go all in, focus on where I'm at right now, focus on this season, and whatever comes, that's not my problem right now. That God's already figuring that one out. That's on him. I have the beauty and the stress relief of just being like, God, this is where you got me right now. I'm going to go all in. You're going to handle the rest. And that's enough for me. Future me again. So that's going to do it for the vlog. I plan on making more of these for sure as just more stuff comes up that's vlog worthy. In particular, lately, I've been taking a lot of pictures. I've been really into like wildlife photography. Been trying to get better at that. So I'm probably going to have a vlog come out soon. That's just me going on random trips to try and take pictures of wildlife and trying to get better at it, especially using the equipment I have. I can only do so much, but I want to be able to obviously get good at working with the equipment that I have and get good at taking pictures of just random animals that are around, like squirrels, birds, geese, deer. I would love to find a fox and randomly take a picture of a fox. That'd be sick. That way, one day, big dream here, I get to go to like Yellowstone or Alaska and take like really cool pictures of some crazy cool animals. Like, man, if I could take a picture of a moose, if I could take a picture of, I don't know, just like a wild wolf. There's in particular, somewhere in Alaska, there's this forest where they have something called the spirit bear, and it's a white bear, not a polar bear. It's just like a brown bear or something, basically, but it's white. They call it the spirit bear. And like, oh, imagine I get to take a picture of a spirit bear one day. But obviously, I can't just up and do that now. One, because I don't have the money. But two, if I did, it's like I don't even have the experience or the equipment to do something like that. I mean, like I could just use this camera, but I want to make sure that if I get to go on a dream trip like that, I'm gonna walk away with some banger pictures. Like I want to have prepared and feel like, oh man, like this was worth it because I'm now going to be able to use all of these skills that I've attained on this epic shoot. It's almost like a video game. I start on these like lower level squirrels with the small random equipment that I've got, and then one day I get the big equipment and I go fight the boss. But yeah, I don't know who out there is gonna watch these. This genuinely might just be a diary for myself to track how things are going. And maybe one day I'll be YouTube famous. One day, maybe one day God will expand this platform further and choose to have me just speak to a greater audience, and maybe this will get more views. I'd love to just slowly feel like I'm changing the world, bruh. So maybe one day that happens, and then people come back and watch this video and they're like, dang, that's crazy, that's where he was. And it's like, yeah, I'm just like you, bruh. I'm just a dude. I'm just a dude with passion, with faith, a very creative mindset, and a desire to use that creative mindset to genuinely make an impact to some degree. I don't know exactly where I'm going. I don't know what life's going to look like. I don't have it all figured out. I'm just a dude. Yeah, that's going to be it for this one. Peace.